Today is Memorial Day, when we recall all those who gave everything in the darkness of war so we could stand here in the glory of spring. And today begins the 50th commemoration of our war in Vietnam. We honor each of those names etched in stone. 58,282 American patriots. We salute all who served with them, and we stand with the families who love them still.
Thank you for spending your Memorial Day with us. Like every year, tradition brings us to this place to remember, to pay respects, but this ceremony will be unlike anything that's ever been hosted here before. This is indeed a special occasion for this memorial, and I know that you will be moved and inspired. I want to be the first to invite everyone to come back for what will be another wonderful event, Veterans Day, as we commemorate the 30th anniversary of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. And around that time, we will also gather across the street to break ground for the Education Center at the Wall. This is a place where heroes will be honored, where the veterans of Vietnam will be remembered, and as well, the veterans of Iraq and Afghanistan will be honored there. Thank you all very much for those of you who have served in those wars.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a profound honor to join you on this hallowed ground on this very special day. Our Gold Star families dedicate this day to their loved ones whose lives we honor and remember. Today I join with you to again dedicate myself to the memory of my friends whose names are on this wall. Ronald M. Monopert, panel 27W, row 89. And Kenneth Ray Lancaster, panel 33, row 29.
The Vietnam Memorial is a living memorial. Each year, millions of people come here to honor their friends and their relatives, and even those who they have never met. They leave flowers, medals, handwritten notes, and prayers at the base of the wall. The remembrances are a reminder that the great price of freedom is not simply etched on the black stone of this memorial. It is etched on the hearts of those who mourn and those who honor the soldiers, airmen, Marines, sailors, and Coast Guardsmen. These men and women, in the words of Abraham Lincoln, gave the last measure of devotion to their country.
Memorial Day is an appropriate opportunity for all Americans to come together to pay tribute to all those who have fought and died for our country across more than 200 years and on battlefields near and far. America's sons and daughters have made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our liberties to give us all a better life. At this hour, at this hallowed and haunting memorial, we commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War, a war that occupies a central place in the American story.
They never asked for nor expected anything in return for their service other than respect and dignity. Tragically, what they received upon their return from a confused and angry nation was neither. As we have painfully learned the tragic lessons from Vietnam, society must always separate the war from the warrior. We do not celebrate the Vietnam War, we commemorate and historically recognize it. And as I said at the Vietnam Veteran Memorial groundbreaking on this very site on a cold, windy March day in 1982, there is no glory in war, only suffering. Life is always more about the people than the event. Events are stages upon which individuals change the world. And today, we do celebrate a group of people. We celebrate those individuals who changed our country for the better, our Vietnam veterans and their families.
You know, it speaks to the complexity of America's time in Vietnam that even now, historians cannot agree on precisely when the war began. 50 years later, we come to this wall, to this sacred place, to remember. We can step towards its granite wall, reach out, touch a name. And one of the most painful chapters in our history was Vietnam. Most particularly how we treated our troops who served there. You are often blamed for a war you didn't start, when you should have been commended for serving your country with valor. Even though some Americans turned their back on you, you never turned your back on America. You looked after one another. You cared for one another. People weren't always talking about PTSD at the time. You understood it, and you were there for each other. And just as importantly, you didn't just take care of your own. You cared for those that followed. You made it your mission to make sure today's troops get the respect and support that all too often you did not receive. This is what this 50th anniversary is all about. It's another opportunity to say to our Vietnam veterans what we should have been saying from the beginning. You did your job. You served with honor. You made us proud. You came home and you helped build the America that we love and that we cherish. So here today it must be said, you have earned your place among the greatest generations. At this time, I would ask all our Vietnam veterans, those of you who can stand, to please stand. All those already standing, raise your hands as we say those simple words which always greet our troops when they come home from here on out. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Thank you. We appreciate you. Welcome home.